Primetime exclusive. The suspect in the stabbing death of Cash App executive Bob Lee is named Nima Momeni, and he will be arraigned in court next week. Remember, arraigned means that's when you're presented with the charges against you and you get to enter a plea. His defense attorney is Paula Canny. She says the evidence against her client for murder is weak, and she joins us now in her first primetime interview. Counselor, thank you very much for taking the opportunity.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start at the beginning, which is authorities say they have video evidence and circumstantial evidence pointing to the accused as the man who lunges toward Bob Lee with a knife and then retreating. They say he did it.
Well, of course they say he did it. That's what, prosecutors and police officers do. The video that I've seen, you can't tell who's in a video. The world is as they see it, that's what they see it, but the video that I've seen doesn't depict what they're saying. Nobody would draw that as a reasonable conclusion from the video that I saw.
Does the client say to you,
clearly
not to attack the privilege, but as a statement of his own credibility, does he say, counselor, that's not me, I didn't do it?
Well, this is what I'm going to say, counselor. As you know, that was a great question, but I'm not going to reveal on television my communications with my client. I'm going to say this, that based on the information I have, I don't think he is guilty of the crime of murder. So that's what I'll say, based on what I know. But I'm a lawyer.
You are, and you are a respected one, and we appreciate having you here. The word is that you're good at the job. I do want to take issue with one thing. Maybe I got it wrong on my side.
Sure.
You're saying, I don't believe the proof is there. I don't think they can make the case. He's not guilty. I understand that. The word I was given was innocent, which means something different, which is he literally didn't do this. It's not about the case. I can prove it was someone else if I have to. Is that what you're saying, or you're saying they don't have the case?
No, I would never use the word innocent, because why do I make my job is already hard enough. My job is a hard job. But to prove somebody innocent isn't my job. I just have to defend a person well enough to show that the prosecution can't prove that he's guilty. So, yes, maybe it's a distinction without a difference to some people, but to me, it's huge.
Yeah, me too.
I don't have to prove he's innocent. I just have to have enough that he's not guilty, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, there isn't enough evidence based on what I've seen to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt that he's guilty of murder. There's no malice. There's no premeditation. There's, no intent. I know what they're saying, but as I said, there's a huge backstory to this that impacts, what they're saying happened that day and events thereafter. So, as any good, lawyer would say, more will be revealed later, and more will be revealed later.
Well, let's play to what the story is, which is Bob Lee had some kind of relationship that your client didn't like or approve of with his sister, who's married, and he was seen with Bob Lee, not happy with Bob Lee, confronting Bob Lee. Bob Lee was then seen with the sister, maybe at the place of a guy who's connected to selling drugs, maybe then in a partying, and your client didn't like it and let it be known.
Well, I mean, the evidence that I have in terms of the interactions isn't quite of that ilk, though part of it is right. I mean, who would like to see their sister, who they're super protective of, potentially be drugged? Who would like that? Nobody. Nobody would like that of their sister. So my client's reaction to finding out that his sister had suffered a trauma isn't unique to him. Any good brother would be upset about it.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.